We're going to talk a little bit about spatial technology for forestry and other natural resource applications. I mean, with what Chris just told, and with the technology today and what you see on the news and everything, it's becoming very clear that there's this rapid expanse of technology out there. And GPS and GIS have become, they've become the norm rather than the exception. And so, I mean, the technology is out there. You can do GPS and GIS work even on your phone these days. And so it's unreal. Uh-oh, that's what I was working with right now. The clicker got me. We want to work with students, landowners, professionals that have a range of interests, down from basic navigation to identifying site and stand locations, being able to use both tabular spreadsheets, information that goes with your spatial data. And all this can work up to be used for planning and management activities, and a lot of these tools are often free and online. How can this help you? These workshops and this information help you be able to upload your GPS data, if you do that. Help you to be able to create maps. I mean, basic thing we want everybody to be able to come away from any of these workshops to do is be able to pull up their property, find out what their soil type is, find out what an aerial photo for their property, a topo map, move forward into calculating areas, even conduct simple analyses and build their own databases for their property. And so there's so many tools out there to do this. And like I said, a lot of it's online you can get to for free. We just want to be able to get this information to you. Another thing that we've even looked into are 3D stand simulations, because a lot of people want to look at, okay, what will my property look like if we do this forest operation or that? And so there's some tools out there that are pretty easy to use and again free that you can download and do. You can edit your photos and do these realistic simulations, and so we really want to get into that too. Current projects, if you're familiar with me, I've been working the last couple of years with Longleaf Alliance on a project to build a stand-level database of longleaf pine. And with working with that, I've worked with a lot of landowners, a lot of federal agencies and state agencies, and there seems to be interest out there and a hunger out there to learn more about these spatial technologies that are out there and be able to use it in their day-to-day jobs or for their own personal use. So that sort of brought the idea of working. Our first short course is actually May 12th and 13th. And it's an introduction to ArcGIS for forestry and other natural resource applications. Another thing we're working on, which really again sparked back to the database, is it's a brochure, and it's titled "Online Spatial Resources for the Private Landowner." And the main thing for it, what this takes you step by step with a couple of programs, and again it goes back to those basics. It wants you to be able to pull up, find out where your property is on the ground, pull up your aerial photo, your topo map, and be able to create something for your property, something you can walk away. And so I'm trying to finish that up, and those will hopefully be out pretty soon. Our future courses, we want to take that brochure and make a short course out of it. We also want to make more of an advanced course to take that even farther, be able where you can actually do some simple analysis for some of these online tools and be able to move forward in your plans for your property. Other courses, we'd like to take the ArcGIS course and expand it into a more advanced course. Looking at doing more geo-rectification and getting into more complicated analyses. We also would like to do an introduction to GPS for forestry and other natural resources, and an advanced version of that, which would get to what Chris was talking about and go forward with some more of the GPS technology that's out there and be able to utilize it. Even get into things that are more designed for forestry, where you can play with T-Crews and some of the other programs that are out there. If you want some more information, I've got some handouts for the short courses coming up, future courses, and the Longleaf Pine Mapping Project. And I would encourage you to contact myself or Dr. Barlow to talk about this in more detail. Thank you for your time.
Maybe you can tell them what GIS is. Some people may not know what
GIS. Well, let's see. Good question. Something to start with. How many of you in here are GIS experts? How many of you have ever used a GIS? Okay, we got a few. How many of you pulled up your directions online to get to this meeting? Oh, a few more. Or how many of you have ever pulled up directions online? MapQuest, played with Google Earth or anything? There we go. So you have all used a GIS, and so the tools are there. You can do it. Don't let the names bother you, and that's what we hear a lot of time. I don't know anything about GIS. I don't want to learn, but you've already used it. And so, again, GIS is geographical information systems, and GPS is a global positioning system. And so again, if you have a cell phone now that's 911 compatible, it has GPS locations, and so we can go up from that. And so please don't be afraid of the technology. It's out there and you can use it.